He was the quiet one in class until the combat drones turned on. The Galactic Defense Academy thrummed with the sound of cadets from 100 worlds, all eager to prove themselves in the galaxy's most prestigious training grounds. Each class was a kaleidoscope of colors and forms: scaled Vorrik, feathered Calari, multi-limbed Trellans, crystalline Ovon. And, tucked at the far edge of the lecture hall, one of the rarest species of all, a human. His name was Daniel Reed, though most of his classmates barely remembered it. The quiet one. Daniel didn't stand out. He didn't boast like the Vorrik, who flaunted their claws and strength. He didn't chatter like the Trellans, endlessly analyzing tactics. He didn't even raise his hand in lecture. He just sat there, quiet, watching. The other cadets called him the soft skin, or the silent one. Some even wondered aloud if humans were only here as a joke. Some minor species granted pity admission. Daniel didn't respond. He never did. The test. Halfway through the semester, Professor Grax, a sharp-eyed avian, announced the next training drill: combat drone trials. The entire class buzzed with excitement. The drones were lethal simulators, designed to test reflexes, endurance, and tactical skill. They pulled no punches, one wrong move, and you were stunned into unconsciousness. Cadets strapped on training harnesses and lined up in the arena. Gleaming drones dropped from ceiling ports, their plasma casters glowing ominously. The Vorrik cracked his knuckles. Finally, a real test. The Trellans rubbed their claws together. Let us see who is fit for command. Daniel. He said nothing, quietly taking his place at the end of the line. The laughter. The first Vorrik stepped into the ring. The drones whirred to life, firing bolts of light. He roared, charging headlong, claws flashing. For a few moments, it looked glorious until 3 drones swarmed him, circling, outpacing, striking from blind angles. He collapsed, harness glowing red. The Trellans fared little better. They darted and struck, but the drones adapted, overwhelming them. One by one, cadets fell. When Daniel's turn came, the others chuckled. The quiet one? He will last less than a minute. Watch, he will freeze. Professor Grax tilted his head, feathers rustling with curiosity. Human cadet, do you wish to proceed? Daniel just nodded. Awakening. The drones activated, whirring into attack formation. The first bolt streaked toward him. Daniel moved. Not with the panicked flailing of other cadets, nor the rigid lunges of the Vorrik. He flowed, ducking low, rolling aside, hand snapping up to deflect a strike. His body moved like water, every shift precise, economical. A Vorrik whispered, stunned. He anticipated it. The drones circled, escalating speed. Daniel's eyes narrowed. His breathing slowed. Then he surged forward. In seconds, 2 drones lay sparking on the ground, disarmed with movements so fast most cadets barely registered them. The human way. The arena filled with gasps. Daniel wasn't just surviving. He was dominating. Every motion was practiced, drilled, perfected. He caught drones mid-lunge and slammed them into the ground. He twisted out of plasma fire with an instinct that seemed impossible. And through it all, he remained silent. Calm. Focused. Professor Grax's feathers puffed in astonishment. Those movements are not random. They are a discipline. The humans called it martial arts. The turning point. The drones escalated again, releasing 10 at once. The class groaned. Even teams had failed against such numbers. Daniel exhaled once, shoulders loosening. Then he moved faster than before. A spinning kick shattered one drone's core. A sweep of his arm redirected plasma fire into another. He vaulted off a wall, using momentum to strike 3 in quick succession. The last drone fired point blank. Daniel slipped under the bolt, grabbed its chassis, and effortlessly bent it in half. Silence. The quiet human stood in the center of the arena, surrounded by sparking wreckage. Aftermath. The Vorrik who had mocked him swallowed hard. You fight like a predator. Daniel shook his head. No. I train. That's all. The Trellan stammered. But how? Your species is fragile. Weak. Daniel's gaze swept the room, calm but firm. We grew up on a death world. Everything there tries to kill us. So we learned not to be the strongest, or the fastest, but the most adaptable. Quiet doesn't mean weak. It means we're watching, learning, waiting for the right moment. The cadets stared at him with a new kind of silence. Not mockery this time. Respect. The professor speaks. Professor Grax stepped forward, eyes sharp. Cadets, let this be a lesson. Many of you confuse noise for strength, and boasting for ability. Today you learned otherwise. He gestured at Daniel. Humans teach us a truth older than the stars. True power is quiet until it is needed. And when it is needed, it speaks louder than anything else. Epilogue. From that day on, no one called Daniel Reed the Quiet One as an insult. He was still quiet, still reserved, still sitting in the back row of class. But when drills began, the others glanced at him with something new in their eyes. Awe, caution, a touch of fear. Because they had seen what happened when the combat drones turned on. And they knew the human was never to be underestimated again.